go there. Yes. Yes, 2 times. I know the vibes though. She like, ooh la la. She go, ooh la la. We go, ooh la la. They like, ooh la la. Okay, ooh la la. She like, ooh la la. We go, ooh la la. She like, ooh la la. Looking for AMs like I lost a friend. Hop up out the bed like, where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. Popovich. Popovich TV. That's the show. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, then the question really is, where you been? Like, where you been? Like, cause over here, on this side, we deal with sports, hip hop, entertainment, interviews sometimes, Popovisms 101, and of course, motivation. I got mines in today at the gym and did 5 miles. But if that sound like something you can rock with, then before you diddy to the left, like been around the world and hit stage left, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit that notification bell so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos, and if it's not your first time and you've been rocking with the channel, good looking. But you know how I do. You know how I plainly start my show. Tony, there was no other way. We ain't in the end game now. And we is in the end game, people. Because for 2 days in a row, the Dodgers, the fucking LA Dodgers, cost me a couple dollars. Yesterday it was a couple dollars. Today it was 16 bands. I didn't bet 16 bands. Had a chance to win 16 bands. Damn it, man. You know, it's always the team that loses that's supposed to win. And, you know, I know sports is rigged, or at least I think they be having something to say about it. 2 days in a row, you're going to lose to the Colorado Rockies? Like, really? Fuck, man. Kershaw, kick Kershaw fucking ass, man. Like, came in, roughed him up real quick, got him up out of there. The day I needed him to win. 15 pick parlay, and I call those lottos. I hit before, not 15, but I hit a 12 pick before, hit a 10 pick before, hit a 9 pick before. You get the message. You get the point. And for these dudes to go outside like this right now, it's the top of the ninth, 7-4. They caught up somewhat, still down 3, 2 outs, and pretty much that's all, folks. So I'm a little tight behind that. I ain't even gonna lie. All the other teams that had winners, like win. Fuck everything else. Win. These niggas ain't. But being I'm talking about sports and we talking about losing, because that's your money, son. Let's give a couple of real quick hitters on sports before we jump into some other shit. So, Russell Westbrook and Kyrie Irving, aka Mr. Handles, both opt into their teams for their final year. Westbrook, I think he was on a $230 million. Like the New York Lotto is 100, like 230 million. I forget what Kyrie was, but I think he's gonna get 36 or 39 million for opting in. The question is, what does that mean for the Lakers? What does that mean for Brooklyn? Is the Lakers gonna be better out there in the Wild Wild West? I know they signed somebody else. I can't even think of who it was. They were showing a picture. I guess he's a young boy or something like that. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. I did see it pass the ticker real quick, and I was like, oh, they got him, because it really means nothing, in my opinion. The Lakers, LeBron, another year under the belt, you know what I mean, for one of the GOATs, one of Mount Rushmore, one of the top 10 players ever. Another year under his belt, so he's going to be 38. Westbrook had a horrible season last year. Anthony Davis missed the glass, can't stay on the floor. I I don't know. I don't think they're gonna do anything significant with him opting in. It just means now he'll be there for one more year. Last year on his contract. Who they got as the coach? Ham or Darren Ham or whatever his name is. I don't know if he's the answer. I don't think it was Coach Vogel's fault that they was horrible last year. But I see them maybe making the playoffs. Number 7 again, back to the playing game. Maybe number 5. Maybe if they all could stay healthy. Or maybe Westbrook just learn how to turn up with good players. It seems like when he's on a bad team or a team of lesser caliber players, and he's missed the triple-double, he's missed the Fantastic Four, and he's doing what he does. You know what I mean? One of the best point guards, definitely not going to shit on the Brody, because I rock with Westbrook. Just that last year, he didn't really look good, and he made Uncle Murder seem like them lines was genius. And it's a final. They lost 7-4, so therefore I lost. Fucking hate losing, y'all, I swear. Especially when you be this close, like, you know what I mean? Damn it, man. Brooklyn Nets, like, is New York, and is New York in the house. Kyrie back with Brooklyn. AJ told you he wasn't coming to New York Knicks, bro. I told you that. A lot of wishful thinking. I get it. We all New Yorkers, and we love the Knicks, even though they suck. What's the owner name? Dolan, L. Trashington. Sprinkle some moist dessert on him. I knew he wasn't coming to the Knicks, even though he said that. He was just lying. So he opted in with Brooklyn. They got a better chance. I mean, you got Kyrie, you got KD, you got Ben Simmons, maybe kind of, sort of. Allegedly, he's probably going to be healthy. But if he is one of the top defenders in the league. Obviously, he's one of the best point guards through the other stuff that he can do. Can't really score like that, but obviously he can assist, can rebound, play tenacious and tenacious defense. And, obviously he's a 6'11" or 6'10", something like that, Ben Simmons? Or maybe he's 6'9". One of them heights. But nonetheless, for his position, he proved in Philly, besides the offense, that he is worthy of, being an all-star, etc., and the other stuff that he brings to the table besides offense. So you say all three of them, Kevin Durant, with something to prove. Real quickly, he spoke about the Warriors winning, and it's like, to his defense, he was like, it seems like they always want to put, him against his teammates. And, he was a big part of the Warrior dynasty, which he is. They got 4, he got 2. You know what I mean? Steph won 2 without him. I get it, though. You know what I mean? And so, a lot of memes was going around after they won the championship over the Boston Celtics in 6. We was hoping to win 7. We actually had Boston winning, but we was wrong about that. And he was like, I just think it's funny, you know what I mean? But I think he'll have something to prove. Not to, prove that he can win without Stephen, but, just to... they won, so I'm sure he wanted one. I'm sure he wanted to win this year. And before he went out with his own teammate hurting him, he was in the MVP race and he was balling out of control. Like, ball so hard. So I think he'll have something to prove. Obviously, you're going to have Seth Curry, not Steph. You'll have Seth. I don't know if Drummond is coming back. You'll have, what's the other white boy name? The shooter. Man, what's the other white boy name? He was injured all season. So their roster going to be, in my opinion, a little better than the Lakers. One in other news in sports, John Wall signing the Rockets. I was about to say the Wizards. The Rockets brought out his contract, so he's going to get all his bread. And then he say he want to sign with the Clippers. That makes the Clippers that much better. Obviously, you're going to have Kawhi coming back, hopefully fully healthy. You have Paul George, hopefully coming back fully healthy, because they always kind of fake injured too, especially Kawhi. But you got to say, they got a nice roster. Reggie Jackson, that's who it was. AJ and Gray, we was talking sports the other day. We was like, damn, who the fuck is the other person they got? Reggie Jackson. So they're going to have a good team. Zubats, you know what I mean? Obviously, they still got Powell, who was from Toronto. And yeah, the West going to be tough. You have Denver better. You have John Morant and them on the dark side. They're going to be better. Obviously, the Warriors going to be defending their championship. The Clippers, Utah, I don't know. They got a new coach, Donovan Mitchell. I hope you come to the Knicks. You know what I mean? Being from upstate New York, I don't think Rudy Gobert and them going to get you over the hump. Who else is in the West that I'm overlooking? I don't know. Denver, Clippers, Golden State, Memphis, and that's probably about sums it up. Really, that's the top 4. Phoenix Suns. All of them is going to be the same. So is the Lakers going to be able to beat them out? I don't think so. Last little sports thing before we get into some other shit. Serena Williams lost today at Wimbledon. She lost to Harmony. No, not my niece, Harmony. Punk and Dunk Part 5. Uncle Leon, I love you, Harmony. Not her, but some Asian lady. I think she went down the first set, came back, tied the set. Then they went to overtime or however tennis do it, and she lost. 40 years old, can she win another Grand Slam or another, big major title? I think it's possible. It's probably more possible or likely than Tiger Woods winning the Masters. You know what I mean? Obviously coming back from the injuries, etc. And Serena had a lot of injuries lately as well. So I'm gonna say she probably can do it. If anybody can do it, she probably can do it. She already is the greatest of all time as far as tennis players, in my opinion. You know what I mean? But a lot of them girls is young though, and just like hip hop, even though they try to put an age on hip hop, tennis is a young woman's game. So like, you know what I mean? You could probably do it, but for how long can you do it? Then when you got injuries that sidetracking you, plaguing you, keeping you off the field, can you turn it on and turn it off? I don't know. Let's get to some other shit though. Let's get to this. It's Tuesday, right? Transformation Tuesdays. What you working on? How you working it? And is it working for you? Popovism 101, right? Do unto others as you want them to do unto you. So that means be respectful. That means be courteous. That means treat people how you want to be treated. But I want to talk about it in this sense, right? We're going to talk about it in the sense of support, because you always have like independent artists, singers, comedians, beat makers, videography, people that do videos and they do shit. And there's always like people don't support them. That's always like the common thread, the common theme when you hear like the whispers and the way the wind is blowing when it comes on social media, how people don't be there to support, they never come to your video shoots, they never, you know what I mean? And a lot of that's true. So a lot of people don't support. They'll support a stranger or somebody that they don't know, or a stranger will go in their pocket, pay for your products, you know what I mean, and support you, and your own family or the people that you think rock with you, your associates, they don't rock with you, but a stranger will go in their pocket. I've seen both of those sides, but this is what I want to talk about. Like, 'cause we all go through ups and downs and trials and tribulations, and that's just the way life is designed. Like Kevin Hart once said, the way my bank account is set up, my check-ins, I don't get paid till Friday. Like, the way life is set up is you never know when you're going to be up and when you're going to be down. That's why Hov said, one day you're up, next day you're down. Long as you stay the same, it'll come back around. Hov, all right. That means when you stay consistent, when you stay even keel, when you just keep plugging at it, no matter if you up or you down, you the same. That's why you hear athletes when they say, especially when they didn't win the chip yet, it's just regular season game, they're like, we don't get too high, we don't get too low with the wins or the losses, because it takes a lot of energy, a lot of emotion, and the ultimate goal is to win the big chip. And shout outs to the Colorado Avalanche. You know what I mean? They just beat the Tampa Bay Lightning. But anyway, he like, one day you up, next day you down. Long as you stay the same, meaning consistent, and you don't blow with the wind, you're gonna be all right most of the time. So I'm saying that to say this: people have ups and downs, right? And they may come to you and they may ask for help, right? So let me draw an example so I can paint the picture for you. Let's say you got a barber shop or a restaurant, or you sell products like myself, and your family don't support. You know what I mean? Let's say person A and person B, both family members. One comes support, one doesn't, right? All the time or most of the time, they're gonna come spend some money with you. Meaning they're gonna help you earn some income. They're gonna circulate that money within the circle of the family. They're gonna come spend money with you, right? But they also come ask you for money sometimes. They hit you on the bat line, which I call personal line. Hey, Uncle Leon, or hey, woo, Anthony, whatever it is, your name, you insert your name into the sentence. Dave or Jeffrey, I need $20, or I need XYZ, I need my Metro card. And the stories we hear. And I'm not making fun of the stories, I'm just saying some of the stuff that you hear on the bat line. And you give to them. Yet person A don't support, but person B supports. So you feel a little more giving, or it's not looked at with the side eye or cringe like, damn, you know what I mean? For person A, they seem to come ask, but they never support. They don't watch your channel. Let's say they don't play your songs. They don't, whatever support that you're looking for, you can insert in this scenario. I'm just speaking about support, but most importantly, I'm talking about financial support. Because when you go in your pocket and you pull out a couple dollars and say, that's your money, son, that's your money, they helping you put money back in your pocket. So even though they may be taking from time to time, oh, let me borrow $100 so I get my check, and then you say, you don't worry about it. Let me hold $50. Oh, can you pay my phone bill? Shit that you hear when you get a couple dollars. You know what I mean? And you help your family out or you help your friends out. It's easier to take them body blows. It's easier to take and digest when they come in to give you money. You know what I mean? They say, oh, I don't got it right now. Or say you selling bud or whatever it is. Like, yo, I know somebody that wants something, and they send money your way. So even though they may take from you sometimes, they also give into the cause. So they keeping the money circulating. I can rock with people like that. I fucks with people like that. I encourage that because that's how I am. It's like, damn, I'll never come to your barbershop. I always go to the other person, or I always Patreon, somebody else's business when it comes to food or whatever. When you got your little personal trays out your house. Now, if your food tastes like shit, you know what I mean, the macaroni's trash, then I can get that. But I'm being funny, but I'm not. If it's up to par or it's equal, you know what I mean, with whatever you going, whatever you Patreon and that, whatever you buying your products and your slippers and shit, if it's the same or your products is better and they're not supporting you, yet when they fall upon hard times or they need something, they always calling you, you got to look at them like, yo, bro, why do you always come to me asking me for help, but you don't never put no money in my pocket? You never find a way to, you know what I mean, keep that money, you know what I mean, circulating with me. You just always taking and taking and taking. Then when I say no, you have a lot of people that as soon as you tell them no one time, they don't give a fuck if you looked out for them 20 times, 30 times, 5 times, 3 times. You may just not have it at the time, the way your bank account is set up, even though they think you always got it, because sometimes you seem to always have it. You be like, nah, I can't do it this week. I don't got $20 for you. Have somebody tell me, like, yo, you don't got $20? I'm like, no, I don't got $20. Not for you right now. And they was mad. You know what I mean? Family member or whatever. I'm like, nah, they was mad. But yo, I don't have it. I did have it, but not to give you right now. The point that I'm making before we get to some other shit is you have to look at people with the side eye, and you have to start questioning like, damn, why they always coming to ask me for shit, but they not supporting me in some type of way. Again, I'm speaking of financially, income, but it could be other ways. Again, if you got a business, if you're doing a charity or you're doing something, maybe they could be on social media and they can say, oh, yo, my brother's doing this, or my cousin's doing that, or my uncle was doing this, and we need to support each other more because, like Nino Brown said, no, wasn't Nino Brown? No, it wasn't Nino Brown, it was G Money, because all we got is us. C and B, right? C and B, all we got is us. And when the shit hit the fan, all you really got is, you know what I mean, well, really, you just got the Lord on the bat line. For those that believe, obviously, if he can't answer, you got to help. You got somebody around that he send his help through them to help you. Right? Last reference when it comes to this. Wu-Tang once said, my seeds go with his seeds, marry his seeds. That's how we keep Wu-Tang money all up in the family. And then Hov, he recycled that line on Legacy, I believe, when Ivy Blue was like, Daddy, what's the will? Now let's get to some other shit. Let's talk about this now. Now that we got that out the way. You know what I mean? Popovism 101. Do on the others as you want them to do on your black ass. And don't be looking with the sad face when people do you filthy and you do everybody else filthy. You wonder why, like, damn, why people don't be doing it? Because you do the same shit. So you just getting that energy that you put out there into the world like a circle, like when you reverse it. Now let's talk about the BET Awards now. Let's talk about the BET first. There's a lot of things to unpack. Now, off the hand, even though I talk sports, hip-hop, interviews and shit like that, entertainment, I didn't watch the BET Awards. And honestly, I've been like kind of off the BET wave for a while now. The people that own it, the programming, the buffoonery remaining at an all-time high, the certain agendas that look like they push. I don't mean I didn't catch a couple of clips or I didn't see a couple of videos because I did. Let's get a little Kim out the way first. I just want to mention her. So I seen some shit on TikTok, even though I'm still not on TikTok. Keisha was showing me a video, and I guess it looked like her twat was showing, or possibly maybe, but you know her ass was done, so shit looked crazy. She walking and she looked old and she looked crazy. Shit is crazy. And people was like, what is that? Like, I guess, TikTok be having them voices and shit you could talk over. And it don't look like her lips was showing or nothing like that. It just looked like she had a bad job. Obviously, her face been messed up. She was so beautiful, or at least attractive and sexy in a lot of black men eyes and a lot of men eyes, and then she went and did that shit. But you know what I find funny? That she is the queen bee. You know what I mean? Came out obviously in the Foxy Brown era, and obviously they was head to head for a little while. A lot of people rock with Kim because of Big. Baby, you see Big right there. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to Big. A lot of people rock with Kim. She had the Junior Mafia. She had Big behind her. Obviously, Foxy went and ran with Nas. And she dubbed herself the Queen Bee. You know what I mean? The Marilyn Monroe of this rap shit. You know what I mean? What I find interesting is that she's the Queen Bee in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? And one of them is obviously getting her face done and, you know, selling sex and ushering that whole era. When you look now and you see like all the little babies, you know what I mean, ran behind her, dubbed her style, not only rap-wise with the raunchiness and, you know, put the pussy in your face or put your pussy lips on lips, I'll put your pussy lips on live, I give you $1,000 in that vein, but all of them changing their faces. You know what I mean? Like changing faces, all kept, you know what I mean? Mind if I stroke you? Like, you know what I mean? They changed their face, do their bodies, and all of them didn't do it to the extent that she did. But they still went that route. Like you say, Nicki Minaj, like first she was copying the style with the album covers and rapping like her and doing shit like her before she switched the voice, started, you know what I mean, rapping like a balloon, was sucked in the throat and started rapping funny. She was kind of copying, you know what I mean, Lil' Kim. And then even all the way down to getting your nose done, getting your butt done, and, you know what I mean, changing your whole body and your whole style, and now you just look like, you know what I mean, like, so she is dubbed the queen in a lot of ways. You see a lot of people following them footsteps in that lane. But we off Lil' Kim. I mean, let's talk about Diddy, right? Let's talk about Diddy in this list. He got the Lifetime Achievement Award, you know what I mean? And it's well deserving. No matter what you think of Diddy, what he did to his artists, how he jerked them, we'll be raking you. You're going to get the Honda Civic. We're going to keep it clean. We're going to put the rims on it. You know what I mean? They're going to be 15s, but we're going to keep them clean. You know what I mean? I'm being funny. The Jada reference on the Locks album. You know what I mean? We Are the Streets. And they was making fun of that, of how he was, you know, jerking niggas, throw a TV at you and all that. The Black Rob and how he left him or did not leave him. The Craig Max. And the list goes on and on and on and on like an Erykah Badu song when it comes to Diddy. But no matter how you look at him, still has been a staple in hip-hop, still been around the world, still the #1 bad boy, still Public Enemy #1. And tonight he was honored in, well not tonight, but on the BET Awards show, he was honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award. And while he was giving his speech, you know, he got his little friend, like she say she's just a friend, you know what I mean, little young Miami. You know what I mean? Miami. And, you know, she was out there in a red dress looking like the lady in the Matrix, you know what I mean, when they was doing the stimulation. And she had the sign up like, go Poppy, go Poppy, go Poppy. I thought she was talking about Big Poppy from the Boston Red Sox. But obviously that's a play fake name that her and Diddy, you know, they running with. And I'm being funny, but I'm not. So she was there, obviously, one half of the City Girls, and I guess JT was sitting there too. And while he was giving his speech, he seemed to go on a long, you know, list of thanking people. I mean, it is a Lifetime Achievement Award, not a 2 weeks award, not a 1 year award, not a 2 year ride, like a lifetime. Meaning, since you know what I mean, the shit you did from the beginning till the end. And she just got there. And she's not his girlfriend, she's not his wife, not even a side chick, according to some chicks. They're like, yo, she's not even a side chick, because they just friends. So if they just friends and she just got there, why the fuck would he have to thank her for anything? Did she put him where he was at? Was she with him shooting in the gym? Like, bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. You know what I mean? And Kobe, my nigga, I hate it, had to be him. Like, she was not there, you know what I mean, with Stevie J and, you know, all the fucking other producers making those beats, doing those skits, figuring it out, and running the label. She just got there, and she's a fun girl, and it's fun girl times. So, you know, you can stand there with the Go Poppy sign all you want, and a lot of people was kind of clowning him for not mentioning her, but the smart ones was really clowning her. I mean, there's so much cheering and rooting you could do. All right, you can hold a sign up if that's what you want to do. You knew he was getting the, you know, the award, so you want to show your, you know, your appreciation. You want to show the true rider. You want to show like, yo, I'm with you, and I salute to you for doing what you know, getting this Lifetime Achievement Award, and this is how I'm gonna do it. You put your little sign up, and you sit down. Like, you don't make it too much of a spectacle because it's really not about you. It's about him. And what a lot of women, or some women, I won't paint the picture and say all women, but a lot, a vast majority, was like, he's foul for that, who's there with you, and, because he thanked Cassidy, and that's his ex, and obviously you got Kim Porter, rest in peace. I don't really know too many other strong relationships he had. I mean, if you want to add J-Lo in there in the beginning, obviously he did the 2 songs with her, one with Loon, shout out to the brother Loon, and I think one with Usher, you know what I mean? And the songs was about, I need a girl to ride, 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 I need a girl to make my, those songs was about her when you listen to it, in my opinion. So maybe he really was, in love with her, loved her. Obviously, J-Lo was super hot at that time. She still looked good, but she's definitely not what she was. And that's her, you know what I mean? But people was trying to clown did it like, yo, that's foul, what he did. And what he did was he thanked the people who helped him in the beginning, all the way up to the time, of him getting his award. And who was we to say who he shouldn't have thanked? So what, he didn't shout her name out? Could he have gave her, what's the word I'm looking for? A complimentary, or a complimentary bottle, a thank, like, oh, and I want to shout out, my homegirl, Young Miami, she with me right now. She's standing there in the sign with the Go Poppy. Could he have did that? Possibly so. But I think, have you seen the interview on her show, Carissa Please, or whatever her real name is? You know what I mean? We see that he already threw her the alley-oop. Gave her own show on his platform, was the first interviewee on her show, sitting there, you know what I mean? And he just pretty much, something I see in a comment that says she a tax write-off. You know what I mean? Like, he like, let's go to wherever they was going to go, Mexico, to the, the distilleries or whatever, where they make the tequila and all that shit, write it off, as, you know what I mean? And obviously some women, they want to protect, they want to, that's their idols, you know what I mean? Your idols become your rivals. And a lot of women look up to JT and Young Miami. A lot of young women, a lot of old women too. A lot of these old bitches want to, live that hot girl summer, and that's why they get their bodies done, they get the BBL. They want to be out with the young joints hanging out, competing for the niggas that they trying to fuck. Keep it a buck. That's why when you look around for the babysitters, they ain't nowhere to be found because they in the club with you. That's why you home mad that your life is the way it is, because you can't find no babysitters, because all the babysitters is hot MILFs, you know what I mean, MILFs, and they out clubbing. But could he have done that? He could have done it, but it's like, what for? We seen on the show that they was just friends. Well, she like, so what's your relationship status? So what are we? And we like, we just friends. And we're just friends, and I'm single, and I'm living that single life. And he clapping his hands and living his best life. I just want to have fun. I don't want no drama. Woo, 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 and ah. I don't see nothing wrong with what he did. She knew what it was when she got involved with a player like Diddy. We already know what it was. If she didn't, you're going to learn today, and you're going to sit your ass down waving that Go Poppy sign. And, I couldn't really hear what JT was saying, but some people on Instagram now, they was like, she said what we always thinking. And maybe some of the ladies was thinking that, but the nigga, dudes probably was like, this chick is bugged out. Like, for a person that's just friends and not really worrying about getting married and worrying about all this and all that, you sure is doing a lot. And that line really is, you sure is ugly. In The Color Purple, when the lady was talking to Celie when she first met her, she was drunk. She was like, you sure is ugly. She sure is doing the most and becoming the hostess of the mostest. Like Kendrick Lamar said, sit down, be humble, and relax yourself. Have a little drink and enjoy the show. Let's move on to this other stuff, though. Still sticking with the BET Awards. Because even though I didn't watch it, like I said, I seen something today. I said, oh shit, the Godfather, or the self-proclaimed Godfather, was honored amongst the other people that lost their lives. But I think that's pretty big. And this is why. One, we're going to talk about this next story that's going viral. It's super crazy. I'll give my thoughts in a minute of the baby moms mad that her baby daddy of one of her kids came to bring his son some food. And this is why this is relevant, because like I said, you got 17-year-olds that know who Kevin Samuels is, or was, you know what I mean? As a YouTuber, as an influencer, social media mover and shaker, as I like to say, or on YouTube, the Tupac of YouTube, as far as the work ethic. But I think it's big in this sense. To my knowledge, BT is like that's like a women's network, or a lot of the executive producers and people behind the scenes is a women, are women. And I was doing some reading, and I seen there was another YouTuber, I can't think of his name, but he got a documentary out, and it's a 3-part documentary or whatever, and he was shopping into them, and it's about black men going other places to deal with other women in other countries and shit like that, because in America what it seems to be is a shit show, and a lot of them is catching on, and it's like, no, you know what, I probably could do better somewhere else. If I'm going to do bad by myself, like you hear women be saying, I'm going to do bad, I can do bad all by myself. And that's you, ladies. So pretty much, he living in his truth, he's speaking his truth, and he's putting the message out for the fellas, whoever want to consume it, they can consume it. But it's about going to other places, etc. And they told him no. Yet Kevin was of that same vein and speaking some of those talking points as well. And he had a lot of content, so he had a lot of shit. But I find it interesting, and I found like a aha moment, like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, no matter what you do, if you work hard, you be consistent, you don't worry about what motherfuckers saying, you just get to the business at hand of handling your handle, you're gonna make people recognize. And as mad as women seem to be, not all, Vivica Foxes and the Queens of Soul, and a lot of people online, a lot of vitriol and shit people were saying about them, yet and all that, still get honored at the BET Awards. And I said, damn, that's pretty big out there in California. It wasn't in Atlanta, when he passed that. It was in Cali, like West Side. It was in Cali, and I think that's big for a lot of reasons. One, like I said, the message is going nowhere. And then even when you see people like K Slate, he was on it. Obviously, his impact on hip hop is undeniable. He put a lot of people on, but with a lot of those women, like those straight stunting women and people he helped out, you don't see them championing him now. You don't see them talking about him like these YouTubers and people that really rock with Kevin Samuels is still rocking. That's why he's still rocking. It's like he never left. Physically, his body is gone, and his message is still here, vibrating through the system, and it's verbiating through the airways. And I don't think it's going to go nowhere no time soon, because you got a lot of people that they live by his content, or they have a common thread with what he was saying. The message resonates with them, and like again, from 17 to 26 to 30s to late 40s. You know what I mean? The message is there for consumption, and people are consuming it. They're talking about it. Channels are still spinning his topics, maybe in a different way now. You just don't maybe see him, but the talking points is there. So to see him get honored and say, damn, I told y'all, and then you see somebody like a K Slade, and I keep, when I bring up Kevin Samuels, rest in peace, and K Slade, rest in peace, I kind of put them two together, but not in a negative way, like, or some comparing. But it's pretty much saying that you say K Slade in hip hop, again, Straight Stunt Magazine, been on the radio station for mad long as one of the prominent night hole, DJs. Helped a lot of rappers, but definitely the females. Gave them parties and straight stunt parties, gave them platforms, threw them in a magazine, opened up a way before it started getting fans only, and before these, movements and trends started going in the direction that they was going, and he kind of did that. Gave them the blueprint, like, nah, if you got a little following, or niggas is on your body, you can capitalize, and you can set your own lane up. You don't see the Destiny Malls, and you don't see the the Blue Car Trails and the Miss Broadways and the Skittles and, all these Miss Cat and all these other straight stunt models. You don't really see, I don't see them, and maybe because I'm not following, but the point is you don't see a lot of videos. You see, in fact, I was at the party and shit the other night where I showed y'all DJ Boogie Black, and Mecca Audio was there. Shout outs to Mecca Audio. He one of the real ones, one of the official brothers on the real, and I respect and I salute him. But he was speaking about K Slade. You know what I mean? In my video, when we was talking, chopping it up, one of the few brothers to still mention K Slade weeks later after his passing. And as time goes, depending on who you are, You will probably be remembered for a little bit, and then you're forgotten about. No matter who you are, you say, damn, somebody again like K Slade, maybe on his death anniversary, maybe on his birthday. You don't see people champion like he never died, and then you see some people that's been gone for a little while. People hold them up on their shoulders, and Kevin, I think, is going to be one of them because the message has hit so hard with black men. You know what I mean, and men in general, where it's like, oh, nah, we'll be doing ourselves a disservice. And again, I didn't agree with everything, but I agree with a lot of it. We'll be doing ourselves a disservice to just let the message just go by the wayside and let this shit go back to what it is. It's like, oh no, if y'all thought that was gonna happen, then you went for a rude awakening. But to see BouT throw him up there, they had social media influencer. Yeah, obviously he wasn't a relationship guru like some people try to say. Obviously he was an image consultant. But they got social media influence, and he was an influencer because he influenced a lot of people, and his influence is still being seen now. And now let's get into this other shit, right? But I think that was real big. Can't deny his work ethic. You know what I mean? Like, even if you ain't agree with the message, like I said, you cannot deny that he wasn't one of the hardest working men on YouTube. Then after he got big on YouTube, took his shit to Instagram, and every other night on Instagram, holding lives, doing work. Jumped on TikTok every other night, on work. And then obviously, I don't know him, I never met him. But you hear people like, oh, Shay Duke Jackson, back at it again. I'm being funny, but I'm not. I love the intro, you know what I mean? I think a lot of us do. That's why you hear people plainly say it when they talk about O'Shea. But he knew him. He said when he used to get on the phone, he'd be like, yo, bro, I gotta go, I gotta run, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. He was always working, always standing in purpose. And so if you like the message or you didn't like the message, what you cannot deny is the impact, and that he put his head down. He didn't give a fuck about what people were saying, people were screaming, and he got to the business of putting that work in, marching to the beat of his own drum. And because of that, people recognize. So before I get to the next story, you know what I'm going to ask. Rye, do you ever think about when you out of here, your record deal, video out of here, your Mercedes Benz and Range Rover, all that shit out of here, your YouTube days over, your hot girl summer and all that shit out of here is over? How are people going to remember you? You know what I mean? And before I get to the next story about the baby mama and the baby father and all that shit, I'll say, speaking of Kevin being passed and people still remembering him, K Slade, and a lot of other people that they mentioned, you know, that died. The young boy, you know what I mean, Darius Lee from Harlem, you know what I mean, not too far from where moms live and all that. I rode by there today. It looked like either they had the funeral or they just had some more flowers. It looked like funeral arrangement flowers outside. I'm not sure if his funeral was today because that would be kind of short. But then again, maybe it's not. You know what I mean? If they want to just move it along. Sometimes you say like 11, 12 days, some people go by, they stay wherever they at before the funeral is, you know, taking place. But if I'm not mistaken, they definitely look like funeral arrangement flowers. But, you know, because he was a basketball player, I've seen online a couple of people mention him, threw his picture up. I don't know if they know him personally or not. I did, and I still did a video about him because I felt bad that, you know, a young brother lost his life, especially a young brother that was trying to do right and try to rise above the hood bullshit that is the hood sometimes. It's so unfortunate that the people that try to do well end up getting their life cut short, and then the motherfucker that's out here running amok, terrorizing, bringing down the community still gets to live. But Allah is the greatest and he is in control, so, you know, I'm not going to question. But I do think it's like, it's kind of a hard pill to swallow. But I'm bringing him up to say, you know, how long he going to be remembered. Obviously, your family hopefully will remember you. Like Thanos said, I hope they remember you. Like, I hope your family and your loved ones reverence you, remember you. And I'll say this real quick, too, because it's my show. There's no set format. I do what I want over here. Yeah, kid. And now you tune in and you rock with me. One of the best things you could do for your loved ones when they pass, and your loved ones don't gotta be family, it could be your comrade, your, you know what I mean, your homegirl, your friend, you know what I mean, an associate that you really rock with, y'all share the bond with. The best thing that you could do for them when they're gone is pray for them. Because they dead, they can't pray for themselves. So your prayers will be heard for them if you pray for them. You know what I mean? Whether you go to the grave, do it, you know, just sitting here, like, you know, obviously I'm on the show, but if you just say it, do it for them, do it, or supplication, for the Most High to have mercy on them, and that they afterlife is going well for them, and they not, going through no hardship. I know some people are, oh, you dead now, you ain't got to worry about no more pain, and Christianity thing and ideology, you gonna worry about this and no more bills and no more suffering. If you had, it's cancer month, we walk for cancer on Sunday, so obviously it's Pride Month as well. But people that died of cancer, no more pain. And you hear stuff like this at funerals and at services, and I think differently. I believe differently, and I believe how you live here, you're gonna have to answer for that in the next life, the life that's longer than this life. But that's just my my belief. Let's get to this next story though. But this is part of Kevin Samuels' message, and it's a viral clip going around now of a young man, young brother or whatever, rolling up to his baby mom's house. Bringing his son some McDonald's, and before he get there, I guess he must have told her like, yeah, I'll be there in 5 minutes or 3 minutes, because she's recording before he gets there, talking to whoever she's talking to. It don't look like she was live. It just looked like she was recording. But she famous now. And it's all for sale. Like, people put their whole life on fucking Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and all this bubblegum shit just for likes and views. But that shit can backfire on you. Then you sitting there with the sad face, sticker face, like, damn it, man, why did I expose myself? So anyway, she recorded like, yeah, I got something for his ass today, because he always rolling up in here with just enough food for his son. But I got 3 other kids, and I'm not having that shit today. Today I'm going to expose him. So he roll up, you see the car roll up, she in her doorway, first floor. He park, get out, and she like, yep, see, it don't look like it's enough food, and it don't look it like she was saying it all wrong and crazy. And I know sometimes on the show I fuck up the English too, but it is what it is. I guess when you do hear it out loud, out of other people's mouths, it be sounding uneducated, it be sounding like you got your GED and you can say ABC. Adult basic education. ABE, that's a program up north for the adults that trying to get their GED, and it's called Adult Basic Education. And it sounds like that's her, and that's you. So anyway, she like, it don't look like it's enough food in there. He like, yo, why you got the phone out? Like, he's thrown off. And she like, yeah, because I'm going to expose you today, and woo, 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 and And I'm sure y'all seen the clip, I will include the clip when I re-edit this shit after this live go off, so y'all can see. But I'm sure y'all seen it, because this shit is viral. A lot of channels is talking about it, and it's great content, and it's a great learning lesson, because this is also what Kevin Samuels used to talk about, and a lot of women didn't like it, because he was saying, if you're a single guy with no kids, don't go choose a relationship with a woman that got kids already, that's a single baby mother. Let them stay in their lane. They chose their bed. Let them lie in it. Let them stay there. You go try to build a family with a woman that don't got no kids. I think that makes all the sense in the world. I would tell it to my sons. I would tell it to the small boys. I would tell it to my little cousins and my little nephews. Don't go have no baby with no single mom. Go have a baby with a woman that don't have a baby, and you build and start your family foundation from the beginning together, as opposed to somebody, other dudes, kids in the house. And this is why. So he come up like, yo, why you got the phone out? Woo, woo, woo. And she like, yeah, because I'm going to expose you, and everybody think you a good dad, and you're not. And he like, how am I not a good dad? And she like, every day you come up here, and you bring food, but only for one child. And he like, yo, she like, I got 3 other kids, and you never bring nothing for them. And he like, yo, those is not my kids. That's not my responsibility. I don't think they're together anymore. I didn't hear anything indicating that they were. Obviously, he rolling up and he left right back out. I don't think they're together. So it's like, yeah, they his siblings, so they his half brother and sisters, and I have that in my family. Like as a, I got sisters that's from different fathers or mothers or whatever, and I love them and I embrace them. But as a kid, you're a kid, and the parents got to work that shit out. It's not his fault that you got 2 other baby daddies or 3 other baby daddies. We don't know how many baby daddies she got, because she didn't really say, but I'm assuming it's probably more than, I'm may assume that it's probably 2. Then somebody in the comments, because y'all know I'll be in the comments running through these YouTube streets, running through these YouTube alleyways, and they should have never. So somebody like, y'all did a little research. I don't know how accurate it is, but it would make more sense now of why she's coming at him the way she is. Somebody like, yo, his his kid is the oldest kid, you know what I mean? And that the 3 other kids is by other dudes after him. So that would, if it's true, I don't know if that's true or not, that would make a lot of sense of why she's saying, yeah, everybody think you a good dad and you not, you know, you mad that you had him, right, first, had a kid by him, and we don't know the kid's ages. Then you decided to leave. Maybe he decided to leave. Maybe it didn't work out. I don't know. But then you have 3 more kids and their fathers is not around. Maybe Pookie and Ray Ray. Maybe they locked up on the child line eating yakisobe and chili con con. Who knows? Maybe they running the streets with the Bloods and the Crips doing the Crip walk. Who knows? They're not bringing their kids McDonald's. And every time she said McDonald's, I just, for some reason, when I seen the video, I just kept thinking of Eddie Murphy in Delirious when he was like, we got McDonald's, you can't afford it, your mother on welfare. And then she's like, you know I don't get my stamps till the 7th. And then her being mad and huffing and puffing. I wish we could have seen a video of her. Because if she's a big Shirley, it's like, damn it, bro. And, you know, because I was going to say, if it's not true what the dude said, and no, or actually she was like, no, matter of fact, you know what, that can't be true, because she did say in the video, she like, well, you knew that you had kid with me when you already knew I had kids. So what homie said is not true, you know what I mean, in the comments, because she did say that. And my thing is, she had 3 kids, bro. I don't care if she looked like Beyonce mixed with Rihanna with sprinkled with a little whoever you want to add on there. You know what I mean? Claire Huxtable from the Cosby Show, wow, who I think is as fine as ever. You still played yourself. You was supposed to, you know what I mean, have a little fun and bean, and stretch, keep it going to the bean, and stretch, keep it going to the bean, and you was supposed to get up out of there. Wear a condom, have your fun, sneak in, sneak out, put the kids to sleep. I know what that life like, full experience. I'm being funny, but I'm not. Women do the most when they want to get, you know what I mean, when they want to get their shakeout time. They'll put the baby, especially if it's a newborn or close to being a newborn, right at the edge of the bed and fuck on the bed. That's a fact. And I know they don't want to hear that, it burn your ears, but some niggas know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like, some know what I'm talking about. It's like, word, you ain't even going to put your kid in the next room, or you going to put them on the same bed? Oh, just turn over. You wild with it, but let me get my nut and I'm up out of here. And that's the real, and that's what you're going to get up out of this TV. Full transparency. That's a fact. You supposed to just beat and leave, my nigga. Like my nigga. My ninja, my nigga. Why the fuck you give her a baby? Boom. So you got to take that L. You got to take that L. You just lost one like the wholesale. You might win some, but you just lost one. And now, till the kid turned 18, this is what you got to deal with. She take the food. She like, all right, give me the food. Throw the food down after he like, yo, I'm not making your kids feel less than. Their fathers is making them feel less than. You as the mother is making them feel less than because you got to wait for your food stamps to feed your kids? What? Now, I see women that, you know what I mean, will take it to the bed too and use the only currency, or not currency, but product that they know how to get some money. And it's sad that they got to do that, but it's like Michael Jackson said, if you can't feed the baby, then don't have the baby. Like, don't have the baby. Wear condoms. You'll be always crying. So it's like, yeah, I know what it's like to be on welfare, to have to see them long-ass lines, to get them big block of cheese, to actually walk in this. It's like, we like a relic now. If you lived in a certain time frame, the millennials or these Gen Zs, whoever these people are, they'll never know what that's like. Even though it's still, it's EBT cards out, and I plainly sometimes go in the store like, yo, y'all take EBT? And I be playing because I don't got an EBT card. But that's public assistance now. But before was the little, you know what I mean, roll with the bills on it, the 5, the 10, you know what I mean? And that was how you got your food. The carnation milk, the powdered milk, shit was disgusting. But I know what that's like. So to hear her say like, yeah, I got to wait till the 7th. And you know, how the fuck do I know that, bitch? Am I living with you? And we talking about your finance and the way your checking account is set up? On when you get your money and when you're going to be able to go get them no frills fucking Cheerios and Cocoa Puffs? How do I know that? I don't even care about none of that. She like, he come every day, and she ain't say every other day. These are her words. She said he come every day, and that McDonald's shit ain't no good either. Like, I'm loving it. That should kill you. Bringing McDonald's for his son every day. because he probably know you don't got it, and they in there starving, eating Roman noodles like up north. That's a survival kit, and I'm being funny, but I'm not. I also know what that's like. When you don't get no money on the back line, nobody's sending you no commissary money, so you gotta save up and go to commissary, and all you buy is just a big pack of soups, like 33 come in a pack, and peanut butter and jelly, so you can go to the mess hall, bring back the 4 slices of bread at lunch and at dinner, and that's how you surviving. That's the real facts of a lot of people that's up north. They don't have it, their families don't have it, they starving. And that's what they eating. And that's why I say you're going to get online for that chili con corn and that yakisoba. Oh, that's a fact. You're going to love it. You're going to love it like McDonald's. You're going to think it's McDonald's. We got McDonald's. You can't afford it. You can't take care of your own kids. So who the fuck told you to open your legs and have not 1, not 2 like LeBron, not 3. You got 4 kids. And who knows how many baby fathers. So you mad at this man for coming to do right by his child? And you think you exposed him, but really you only exposed yourself. I'm waiting to see the video of how she look. I want to see how she look. Because if she don't look like Queen Bee, Rihanna, and Miss Claire Huxtable mixed together, then I'm looking at you, bro. Now, maybe he came to his senses. Who knows how old the child is? Still eating McDonald's. What, kids love McDonald's up till what, 14, 15? Who knows? Maybe he 8, 9. You took a big L with that. And she had 3 kids, especially by 3 different fathers. Let's say minimum 2 of them is child, and let's say 2 other baby daddies. Why would you become the 3rd? And this is what Kevin Samuels was talking about, and that's why a lot of the women was mad. Because he like, nah, fellas that don't got no kids, that's working on your purpose, that's focusing on you, don't go get with no baby mama that got no baby daddies, because this is what you're going to have to deal with. You're going to drain you for your resources. At the end, they're going to put them other kids first. You're going to be locked in forever, ever though, only until they 18. Maybe, you know what I mean? You might get on child support. They might take your license, try to rape you, make it look like you're a bad dad. And that's what she tried to do, even though he's doing more than what the other kids' fathers is doing. And like I said, I come from that. When you got, a half sister, because your father had, other relationships with another woman. And I also was in relationships where it's like, yeah, you got a son from somebody else, but now your sister's here, your little nephew is here, your other cousin is here, because everybody got problems in their family. And you're gonna be the nice guy, and you're gonna go in your pocket and take out your money, because that's your money, son. And you're gonna go to BJ's and spend $700 for all these kids that's not yours, not even one. I've been in situations like that. It's people in situations like that. And so he was here to smack niggas around like, wake up, stop doing that, focus on you, and go build a family from the ground up. Why are you trying to come give your resources in your early prime years to a family that's not even yours? Now again, all women don't fit in this category, but a lot of them do. You hear the entitlement, you hear the loudness, and it's like not fit, feminine, and cooperative. And, you know what I mean? You don't fit none of these categories. Hopefully she look good, because if she look like how she sound, like a hamburger helper, bro, you take more than 1 L. Like, we just gonna keep piling on the L's. And although you trying to do right, it's like if she ain't say nothing else, she didn't say nothing right. The only thing she said to him, that's, when you playing spades, or spades, what is the big joke, little joke, but if you playing with the deuce of diamond, that's the trump card. Or you playing in Uno, what's the fucking trump card? The wild card, or whatever it is, where it make you pick up all of the cards after you think you won. Like, nah, nigga, you get back in the game. She said the most trump card ever, because she said some dumb shit. But the one thing she said right, she said, motherfucker, those is his siblings, and you knew before, you got me pregnant, or you had a baby, that I had other kids. She said that as a fact. She said that, and she absolutely right. Because he was just supposed to come on her butt cheeks, come on her chest, come on her face, and get up out of it. I'm being funny, but I'm not. If that's too harsh for you, then it's the channel not for you. That's why I put in my video, not for kids. Not for kids, even though the other day I seen the kid walking by. He like, yo, you be on YouTube. Shit made me feel mad, because I was like, yeah, I do be on YouTube. You watching my videos? He said, I seen a video of yours. I said, all right, good looking, but this not a kid channel. He should have came all over her body parts and kept it moving. There's no way. And then think, why are you not using condoms, bro? And I already did the Roe versus Wade, the overturning of it, that is. It wouldn't really be a problem as people would have sex with condoms more. Use protection. That's what it's there for. You don't gotta worry. Yes, sometimes things happen, but for the ultimate, ultimately just use a condom. So for her to have 3 kids, that's 3 golden fucking rings. Then you gonna give her the 4th child? You ain't see none of the signs. You ain't see none of the red flags. You ain't see that she didn't have it. Or maybe she had a job then. Maybe she was a nurse assistant, a registered nurse. Who knows? But she did say that, and that's the only thing that she said that made sense. She like, yo, you already knew what it was when you got with me. I had 3 kids already. So you got to take that L, bro. Although you're trying to do the right thing, and a lot of people in the comments are saying this, I don't know the law. When I don't know stuff, I say I don't know. I be quiet, and then I try to learn and listen and see if it makes sense to me. But people in the comments, a lot of the dudes, so this is a learning lesson for a lot of them, is like, bro, don't be him. Don't be him. Because that's like a life of misery. You stuck with something like that. And you don't know how she treating your kid when you leave. Now she mad at you. She mad at her other baby father. So it's just a hell shit show in there. And I've seen that coming up as well. When a woman is mad at her baby father, her kid's daddy, or you know what I mean? And the thing is too, her girlfriend's probably saying, yo, he was a good one. She don't want to hear that. She's like, everybody, who's everybody? How the fuck they know I'm good or I'm not bad? You running your mouth? It's like Eazy-E said, now I'm fucking all your friends because you ain't ran your mouth like I knew you would. Right. Now I'm fucking all your friends because you told them the dick was good. Nobody told you to do that. And that's you. Who knows how she treating his son? You know what I mean? But people were saying in the comments he should go to the court, show him the video that's now viral, and get his son. And people in the comments like, it don't work that way. I don't know if it works that way or not. I do think that is creditable evidence, and it shows a little into her psyche that she threw the food on the ground. She actually thinks that because all the kids can't eat, that his child can't eat. How stupid is that? Like, he just helps you not have to buy food for all 3 of your kids or cook for all of them because he bringing him food every day. Then he's like, yo, let him come to the car with me. No, I don't want him to come to the car. Let him go in your room. No, I don't want him in your room. It's not him that's making your kids feel less than. It's you as the mother that's making your kids feel less than. It's their fathers that's making them feel less than because you chose wrong. And a lot of women choose wrong. And it's like, who fault is that? Nobody to blame but yourself, the woman in the mirror, the man in the mirror. So I'm like, yeah, like, yo, I've been through it. It's a lot of people that have been through it. So to see Kevin Samuels get, somewhat recognized on the BET Awards, even though in passing, his messages ain't going nowhere. And this is a big part of the message. This is a big learning lesson. For anybody that's out there with no kids, it should make you look at that video and say, damn, I was coming to do the right thing. Bring my son some McDonald's, even though that's not the right thing. That's horrible food. Might as well make him your own sandwich in the house. Trying to do the right thing. Yet this chick had the audacity, pull out her camera phone, try to expose me to the world, throw the food down, and her psyche is those is his siblings. So yeah, you gotta provide. And then some people on Instagram, they was like, it's optics of it. A lot of people with a lot of blue checks were saying a lot of dumb shit. A lot of it was women. Sorry if you don't like that, but a lot of it was women. I get it. You triggered. Maybe you in that situation yourself where you gotta wait for the government to, give you a certain amount of money so you can go to BJ's, you can go buy a lot of food because you got a lot of mouths to feed. And again, Michael Jackson said, if you can't feed the baby, then don't have the baby. People was like, yeah, it's the optics. Anytime I ever went to a chick house, I never would just come with the one meal. And it's like, was another thing that was spinning in the news when the dude was like, I'm coming over and I got shrimp and crab legs. A lot of women is big on crab legs. I don't eat none. I ate them before, but I'm not big on it. It's not like I go to the seafood place to get crab legs. I'd rather get lobster. You know what I mean? But anyway, it was a scenario spinning around where it was like, if you got kids and I'm coming over to your crib and I got food for me and you, should I bring food for the kids? And it was like some men in the comments was like, they ain't gonna get no lobster and crab legs or no shrimp. You know what I mean? But I'll stop at McDonald's, I'll stop at Wendy's, may get them a little kids meal, get a little brownie points, go to the back room, and stop running. Now come here, get some booty clapping sounds and get up out of there. So I could dig that, And that's you, fellas. But that's a smart, shrewd move. I get if that's what you want to do. I mean, it don't really cost you nothing. If you got it, you hitting the block hard, you want a little chicken dinners on your pick four, and you feeling generous. But that is something that's will be considered being generous, being nice. You're not obligated. He's not obligated. He's only obligated for the seed that came out of him. He's not obligated for the other dude's seeds. Will it be nice for him to do that? Yeah, but you know how expensive food can get, especially if he's doing it every day. Like, so I got a code bring 4 Happy Meals every single day, every single time I come over here. Now, maybe if you was a little more respectful, a little more cooperative, a little more shut the fuck up and know when you lost and learn how to humble yourself, maybe he would do that. Maybe he was doing that and then just got tired of somebody like you, always yapping off and going off. Maybe that's what it was. And so it's no one like, my obligation is to my son, and that's that. Should have never even had a son with this chick. And that's just my take on it. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's my take. He not obligated. Would it be nice? Yes. Would it be considerate and cool? Yes. But he's not obligated. So fellas, let that be a learning lesson to you. You know what I mean? Let that be a learning lesson that, yeah, just because you know what I mean, try to do the right thing, the picture may be painted that you're not doing the right thing. And also, well, this is the last thing I'll say, because I had some recent relationship stuff going on. My man, another one of my mans, they going through their problems with their wives. One want to leave his wife, the other one is separated from his wife, and it's like they got kids. Some of them is grown. Everybody's situation is different. I say, fellas, be proactive. If you think about leaving, or you think your wife is doing something, or y'all about to separate, you know what I mean? Be proactive when it comes to the court and the system. Don't let them dictate, because the system is already geared towards doing you filthy and you getting the bad end of the stick. I think if you're a little more proactive with, what you're trying to do, getting custody, joint custody, the kids with me, or who's gonna get what. Be proactive, as opposed to letting them just waltz on down to the courthouse, getting a lawyer, lawyering up, and then you get blindsided, smacked like, oh yeah, we expecting you to do this now. You sitting there saying, damn, I was already coming out of my pocket. That's why some people people may think they petty like the fathers, but they keep receipts of everything. Every pamper that's brought, every sneaker that's brought, every time they go out, they keep the receipts. And it's I forget the app name, but anytime you do something, so you don't remember, you may throw the receipt away. You can snapshot the picture, it'll upload, and it'll help you keep what the fuck is the name of this app? But it's an organizing receipt app, and it's not just for child support. But I do know some men that try to stay on top of this, and it's like the women think they being petty, but they're not, because you never know when they're gonna just decide to say, I'm going to the court and I'm doing this, and if you don't got no receipts, how are you gonna prove that you're doing anything for your child? But if you say, oh nah, I went and spent $200 in BJ's, I took them shopping last week, spent $200, I did this, I brought a hat, I brought McDonald's, I did this, I did that. Here go all of my receipts, Your Honor. She's fucking lying. Now you got her. If you ain't keeping it, I know it's like, damn, who gonna remember that? But that's why I said I can't think of the app. But just go to your app store. It's an app that keep all your receipts and all that, so you don't gotta do it. If they ever try to pull that shit under the, on you, you always got the proof. Like, nah, bitch, got you. Knew you was gonna go and pull some shit like this, and I was waiting for you, and now you exposed. You really exposed. But that's what it is. It's your boy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in to my show, Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid.